Students, hope you all are well and good at your homes. So today we are going to continue remaining topics from the chapter People as Resource from your NCERT Economics book. So let's begin. So now we will discuss about education. So education opens new horizons, develops life values, and gives rise to new aspirations. It increases the national income as well as the cultural richness and efficiency of governance. Vocational education has been developed to provide skill based education which leads to ready employment. Now we'll study education scenario in India. There is provision made for providing universal access, retention and quality in elementary education with a special emphasis on girls. Special school called Navodaya Vidyalaya have been established in each district. Although government expenditure on education has increased enormously in the last few years, there are still many disparities in literacy. Female literacy remains much lower than male literacy all over India. Literacy among males is nearly 16.6%. It's higher than females and it is also about 16.1% higher in urban areas as compared to rural areas. There is also wide variation in literacy rates from one region of the country to another. For example, we can say there is about 94% literacy in Kerala but 62% in Bihar. So what are the steps taken by government to provide education to all? Government has taken many steps towards providing elementary education to all. Some important steps are the primary school system has expanded to over 7.68 lakhs in 2004 to 5 in India. Government's initiative of Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan aims at providing elementary education to all children in the age group of 6 to 14 years. Midday meal scheme has been implemented to encourage attendance and retention of school children and improve their nutritional status. Over the past 50 years, there has been a significant growth in the number of universities and institutions of higher learning in specialized areas. The 12th five-year plan endeavored to increase the enrollment in higher education of the 18 to 23 years age groups to 25.2% by 2017 to 18 and to reach the target of 30% by 2020 to 21. So the strategy focuses on increase in access, quality, adoption of state specific curriculum modification, vocationalization and networking on the use of information technology, distance education as well as convergence of formal, non-formal, distance and IT education institutions. Next is our health. Proper health care helps a person to realize his potential and ability to find illness. So the government's national policy on health aims at improving the access to healthcare, family welfare and nutritional services. During the last 50 years, India has built up a vast healthcare manpower and infrastructure. So the result are life expectancy has increased to over 68.3 years in the year 2014. Infant mortality rate IMR has come down from 147 in the year 1951 to 37 in the year 2015. Crude birth rate CBR has dropped to 20.8 and crude death rate CDR to 6.5 within the same duration of time. Next topic is our unemployment. Unemployment exists when people who are willing to work at the going wages cannot find jobs. The workforce includes all people from the age of 15 years to 59 years. Children and elderly people, that is from 60 years and over, are not included in workforce, so are not be considered as unemployed. Nature of unemployment in India. In the case of India, there is unemployment in the both rural and urban areas. In rural areas, there is seasonal and disguised unemployment. Urban areas have mostly educated unemployment. Seasonal unemployment. It happens when people are not able to find jobs during some months of the year. Example, people dependent upon agriculture. Disguised unemployment. When all the people appear to be employed, but the work requires less number of persons. The employment is disguised. For example, a small farmer's entire family is working on his plot, although all may not be required to do so. Educated unemployment. In urban areas, many young people with matriculation, graduation, and post graduation degrees are not able to find jobs. This situation leads to educated unemployment. A paradoxical manpower situation is observed when surplus of manpower in certain categories coexist with shortage of manpower in others. So, what are the effects of unemployment? So, economic effects are wastage of human resources, low income, low saving, low capital formation, low living standard, low labor productivity. Unemployment leads to the wastage of manpower resource. People who can be an asset for the economy turns into a liability. Feeling of hopelessness and despair occurs among the youth. People do not have enough money to support their family. Inability of educated people willing to work to find gainful employment implies a great social waste. Unemployment tends to increase economic overload. The dependence of the unemployed on the working population increases. The quality of life of an individual as well as of society is adversely affected. There is a general decline in health status and rising withdrawal from the school system. Labor absorbing sectors of economy. Agriculture is the most labor absorbing sector of the economy, but employment in this sector has declined because of disguised unemployment. The surplus people have moved to work in the secondary and tertiary sectors. Small scale manufacturing absorbs most of the labor in the secondary sector. New employment opportunities are emerging in the tertiary sector in IT, biotechnology, call centers, and other services. So, students, we have completed our chapter People as Resources from your NCERT economic books. So, that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.